What up, though, Lions fans? It's your man, Curtis Steele from the Boss Up Ball Out podcast for Lions Nation Unite. Today, I'm going to talk about my draft crush for the Detroit Lions, defensive end Shemar Stewart. So, go get your Lions gear on or your LNU gear, smash that like button, and let's get into it. But before we do that, man, April is a big month for your man, Curtis Steele. It's Autism Awareness Month. I'm always going to put on for my son, man, Curtis Steele III. I'm rocking my Fight Like a Lion. You see the Autism Awareness ribbon on the shirt. April is a big month, man. Go and visit your local Autism Society chapter. You can participate in a run. There's all type of events during the month of April that you can go and support autism awareness, or you can go online, check out Autism Speak. That's another great autism awareness platform. So, man, do your man Curtis Steele a favor, man. Go and support your local or, like I said, online Autism Awareness Society chapter, and just make a difference for those suffering from the disorder. I know autism has been in the news a lot lately, and do your research for yourself and find out what these individuals are capable of. So, Autism Awareness Month, show the love to those who are affected by the disorder. So, the Detroit Lions recently hosted the big fella, Texas A&M edge rusher Shemar Stewart for a top 30 visit. Now, they're bringing him into Allen Park. The draft visits can be somewhat complex, but the certain patterns emerge, get some insights to the team's draft strategy. For instance, during their inaugural draft, Brad Holmes had head coach Dan Campbell. All the visits were canceled due to COVID, and limiting their draft evaluation. Had to do a lot of stuff by Zoom, things of nature. But since then, they have met each of their first 5 draft picks at the NFL Combine while connecting them with one or more of them doing their first 4 picks with the top 30 visits. Last one was Sione Vaki in 2024, a top 30 visit, and the Lions drafted him. Now, despite this, they have been consistent with their bringing in players on top 30 visits, and the Lions actually drafting some of these guys. So I think it's like 5 of them they're drafted off their top 30 visits, and we're talking about guys in the front end of the draft as well. Now, if this trend continues, man, I just think that it's going to be a useful tool for the Lions. Now, I don't want to grab too much into the top 30 visits, but, it's important. You got a guy like Terry Arnold was in for a top 30 visit, last year as well. And you just think that these guys are taking the time to know and vetting these guys, and that's why they're bringing them in. So, Shemar Stewart comes in, man. He can be an exceptional candidate for the Lions to draft to complement my man Hutch on that Lions defensive line. Now, I will say this: he didn't have a great number of sacks in college at Texas A&M, but his growth potential is significant. He can unlock some of that potential with Casey Rogers in Detroit and be comparable to players like Trayvon Walker, who was drafted right above Aiden Hutchinson, or an approaching elite level of a pass rusher like Hutch or Myles Garrett. So, Casey Rogers could be helpful in that development of a player like Shemar Stewart and his raw talents. Several compelling reasons, man, why this dude is my draft crush, and I want the Lions to take this dude in the draft. First and foremost, man, he's athletic as hell. Man, the dude had a perfect 10 RAS score. Now, shout out to my man, Math Bomb, who is a former Detroit Lions content creator as well, wrote over there for Sideline Report and all those things, man. He's done a great job over there at Pro Football Network. But he has a great just combination of size, speed, agility, and could be a highly coveted pass rusher in the draft because of his potential. His agility allows him to skillfully evade offensive linemen, consistently apply pressures on quarterbacks, and a crucial skill that can lead to some game-changing plays, player. Now, in physical terms, Stewart possesses the ideal frame for the Lions defense. Why? Because I don't know why in the hell he wouldn't. 6'5", 267. His strength is to effectively contend against the run while retaining some quickness needed to outmaneuver some tackles. A pairing of Stewart and Hutch could result into a devastating duel for opposing quarterbacks, transforms transforming, the Lions pass rush into a potential threat every down. Now, there are plenty national medias that are mocking players like James Pierce Jr. or Mike Green to the Detroit Lions. Now, I will say this. The players are talented and produce plenty of sacks, more than the guy that is my draft crush, Shemar Stewart, but they don't fit the Lions 4-3 scheme. These guys are smaller. They're 6'4". They're about 240, 245. That's not what we play in Detroit. Detroit plays bigger defensive ends, and the Lions are looking to keep that scheme. I know people are talking about, oh, we're going to play a hybrid. I just don't see it. You look at the players the Lions re-signed in the offseason that's on the roster already. They're big, 6'5", 270-pound defensive ends. So I will say this, man. Brad Holmes is not going to draft any player to Detroit that does not fit the scheme or the team. So, and that's a big thing with Mike Green and JPJ. People are saying they don't fit the team or the scheme. So we'll see. All right. So Stewart, like I said, man, his sacks totals don't leave off the page, but he demonstrated a unique knack for getting pressure on the quarterback with his explosive first step combined with his relentless pursuit. Plays with a high motor. What do we have in Detroit that has a high motor? We got a guy like Hutch. So you got two guys with high motors trying to get after the quarterback, man. Whew, that could spell curtains player. And it gives a big challenge for offensive linemen, man. He consistently forces quarterback into difficult situations, man, leading to rush throws that could result in what? Interceptions or other turnovers, man, fumbles and everything like that. Another reason why I like my man Big Stu's game, man, is that his considerable room for growth that he possesses, man. His current statistical output, like I said, may not reflect elite talent, but elite potential, man. His skills are raw. You look at a guy like Casey Rogers and what he can do with him at a professional level, and just being paired with Hutch. You know, Hutch ain't gonna let his partners sink. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna grab that young fella because he's a veteran now. I know Hutch is young, but he's a veteran. He's gonna pull that dude along and help him get his full potential, man. And I just like that what he can, his potential is my biggest thing. You look at that big size, that big frame. I'm looking at this dude like, man, and he has the willingness to work, man. With his motor and his ability to be coached, he can just be something outstanding. Now, from a strategic standpoint, man, the Lions have shown a willingness to take some calculated risk on some players with some upside. If other teams decide to overlook Stewart due to his less than stellar stats, Detroit can seize on that opportunity and bring him in the draft in a favorable spot. I don't know if they move way up into the first part of the draft, but they can move up to the middle part of the draft and get rewarded very highly by picking up Shemar Stewart. I just like this guy, man. I think that he could be solidified in that defensive line, man, and he can bolster. He doesn't have to start right away. He can sit behind some guys. You got some guys that re-sign like Levi Onwuzurike that can play that hybrid position. You already got some younger guys like Wakai Wingo, and you got some guys like Marcus Davenport. And if they decide to bring back Zadarius Smith, we can really bring him along into that defense, man, and then have him become a just absolute dog across from Aiden Hutchinson as he continues to grow in the defense, man. I just think that he will be a great addition. And of course, he's an A&M guy like my man Dan Campbell. So gotta love this guy. I would love to see him in the Detroit Lions, Honolulu Blue and Silver. Let me know who your draft crush is for the Detroit Lions, man. In the comments up below, man. Just let me know. Let me know what you think about Shemar Stewart, what you think about him and his potential to be a Detroit Lions, man. Also, make sure you check out the link in the description below for some fantastic Lions Nation Unite gear. You can sport their apparel from some of your favorite content creators for the Detroit Lions, and even Lions legend Herman Morris. So we all rock the gear, man. Y'all see me wearing on the show before. They have a wide array of options, including a collection honoring military appreciation to salute the service gear that they have over there, man. It's great. Wearing this gear not only shows your support, It connects you to a larger Lions Nation Unite community, helping us grow this incredible movement that is Lions Nation Unite. Thank you for checking me out today right here on Lions Nation Unite. Be sure to check out the Boss Up Ball Out podcast for more content from your man, Curtis Steele, and of course, my man, Coach Jones and LL Cool Torrance. We chop it up about our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Man, thanks for watching again, man. This is Curtis Steele, and I will holla at you real soon.